So if you want to be a successful writer, you've got to write every day. What does that even mean? Raise your hand if you think that advice is a load of BS.
What do you see there, Rex?
Yo, Darius Britt here. So I think we can all agree that writing advice is definitely not one size fits all. This whole writing everyday business falls into that category. It's impossible to write every single day because, well, jobs, kids, breakups, depression, any number of life emergencies. Not to mention, writing is just a grueling process. But what if I were to tell you that it is possible? Let me tell you a little story. Years ago, when I was in film school, I was told if you want to be a good writer, you just gotta write every day. And like you, I tried to implement said advice. The longest I ever went was like 2 weeks, and then life happened and it just completely broke my streak. And that was followed by feelings of shame, disappointment, and negative self-talk. I've attempted the daily writing thing numerous times, and every single time, I've tasted failure. Until one day I met a friend, and this guy had written like 4 scripts in 3 years. We're gonna call said friend for now Will the Writer. I asked Will the Writer, bruh, how are you so productive? Like, put me on some game for real. And you know what he told me? Bro, I write every day. And I'm thinking, come on, man, that's really not the sauce. But what I said was, really? I tried that, but procrastination, girlfriend, emergencies, work. Tell me how you negotiate all of the things. Then he told me about this concept called productive procrastination. Here's the nutshell version. If you can't write for any reason, then do something else that you enjoy doing that's close to writing. Like watching movies and reading screenplays in the same genre, watching YouTube videos on screenwriting, whatever, and keep your story in the back of your mind as you do it. When you get ideas, and you will, take notes in your phone for the next time you write. When emergencies happen, take notes on those emergencies too. They might come in handy later on down the road in future screenplays. Will the Writer might not physically sit in a chair and write for an entire week, but he's taking notes every single day. Then when he actually writes, it just kind of flows out of him. But I'm skeptical at this point, because if it's that easy, why isn't everybody else doing it, right? It sounds like a cold plate of BS, but you know what? This guy's getting it done, so why don't I just like model success? I did it for a week, and let me tell you, I got more writing done in that 1 week than I usually do for an entire month. Like, mine just blown. These are like the 5 or 6 things I do if and when I don't feel like writing or if I can't write for some reason. I listen to screenplay podcasts like Script Notes. I watch a movie within the same genre as the idea or something related to what I'm doing. I read other produced screenplays in the same genre. I take notes on interesting phrases, idioms, anecdotes I hear from friends, interviews, other movies, life. Basically, I take notes on what people say and do. I listen to music that fits within the tone of the idea that I'm writing. That always gets me more inspiration, more ideas. Or I'll work on the outline via note cards or a project management app where I can kind of move things around, you know what I mean. The outlining part's really easy for me because I really enjoy outlining. And it never fails. If I do any one of those 6 things, I get more ideas or more inspiration for the current story that I'm working on. I thought a lot about why this seems to work, and I think it has a lot to do with input equals output. If you think of your creativity like a factory, the more raw materials you consume, the more your factory can produce. So by rolling with your urge to procrastinate and by procrastinating with productive things, you wind up just continually feeding that creative factory, giving yourself more ideas for your script as long as you're doing something that has a synergistic relationship to your story. I think you get it. Do you get it? I think you get it. I'm always scribbling ideas down. I might only sit down and write 1 day a week, but I'm always taking notes and like curating thoughts and things for 2 or 3 different ideas daily. Also, there's a difference between hanging out with your friends and hanging out with your friends while your story percolates in the back of your mind. You begin to draw associations to things that you could use in your script that you ordinarily wouldn't have. If it's especially hard for you to write one day, try using something like productive procrastination instead. Do something else loosely related to your idea and keep your story idea in the back of your noggin while you do it. By the end of that podcast episode or that screenwriting video, you will have come up with at least a couple of ideas for your story. If not, I'm giving you 100% money back guarantee. If there are others out there who already do this or have at least heard of this, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know. Please let me know, because I want to kind of gauge how big of a thing this actually is. Still working on that screenwriting course for you guys. For those of you in the future, there will be a link in the description section where you can find more information. Also, if you're having trouble writing and you think you might have writer's block, check out this video I did a while back, bro. We get into the nitty-gritty of what causes different blocks and how to overcome them. Thank you for watching, and remember, if you learn something new every day, that will take you everywhere you want to go. D-Brit out.